This is Shelly Kraft coming to you live on SNN Live. We're at the Bio Maryland booth at the Bio International Convention 2012 in Boston, Massachusetts. I have Dr. David Greenwald of Relay Technology Management, a private company. Welcome back to SNN Live, David. How are you?
Great. Thanks so much for having us, Shelly.
It's good to have you. So let's see. We go back to Biopharma America, where you first interviewed with us. Now we're going to get the update on Relay Technology. So tell our audience what's happened in the last year. I'm sure it's a lot.
Sure, yeah. So Relay in the last several months has launched our flagship product, Business Development Live. It's a software as a service product for pharmaceutical and biotechnology companies to identify licensing candidates as well as due diligence on potential licensees.
So, who would be a candidate to use your services?
Sure. So we've done work with corporate strategy as well as business development and licensing groups at some of the largest biotechnology and pharmaceutical companies.
What is the purpose of why they would come to Relay? What's the first thing they could think of?
Sure. So it's a combination of things, but data aggregation is one. So having all of the scientific and business data in one place is incredibly convenient for these folks. And the other thing is to actually benchmark assets against each other. So our platform is the only way to objectively and quantitatively compare one asset to another.
So in other words, I'm a company in development of a product. I want to know what everybody else is doing at the same time. And in order to find that out, some of it is just not available anywhere else but
Relay Technology Management. That's correct. Yeah. So we aggregate scientific, medical, and business data in real time and then provide competitive intelligence to these folks so they can make the best, most informed decisions.
Do you do research?
So we actually have our software that aggregates the data in real time, and we've got a setup system so it automatically does all the research for us. So there's very little manual curation that has to happen.
So when you are considered successful, that means that a company has used your services to move their development further ahead. And what other services are you providing at the same time?
Sure. So we've done asset identification, so we'll look at everything from technology transfer, preclinical, phase 1, phase 2 asset landscapes, and we'll also help groups do due diligence and IP valuation on licensing and M&A targets.
So in other words, you would also be a good partnering website for either pharma or a super pharma. Yep. That's interested in M&A, for instance, or a company that's looking for companies to fund. So you could even attract Wall Street to a site like this, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And so our ability to benchmark assets and companies against each other gives us a real differentiation point where investors as well as potential commercial partners can evaluate opportunities and look at them in a quantitative, data-driven way.
Now, that's an important website. So let's get that website out there right now.
So the company is Relay Technology Management. We're based out of Cambridge, Massachusetts, and the website is relaytm.com.
Now, what is your background?
So I have a PhD in genetics from Tufts Medical School, and prior to that, I worked at the Naval Medical Research Center in Silver Spring, Maryland.
So you know a little bit about this stuff.
A little bit.
You're a young man. You've been around for a few years. So where does your company go from here?
Yeah, so I think that right now we're providing services to biz dev and licensing. I think corporate strategy and portfolio management are logical next steps. And I think investment companies, as you said, would be, great partners. We look forward to working with them and meeting people here at Bio.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. David Greenwald from Relay Technology Management. It's a private company. I want to thank you for coming on to SNN Live. It's a pleasure to have you.
It's great seeing you again, Shelly.
You too.